Hi guys, welcome to Crazy Burger. So Bitmap Bureau have announced a new game come to modern formats called Terminator 2D No Fate. Now they also hint that it's coming to retro formats as well, but they don't obviously say it's coming to Evercade. They have made Evercade games before, so could this well be the next single cart for Evercade coming later this year? Who knows? Let's have a quick look at the trailer. Now sadly I will have to actually talk over it because no doubt the sound and music will be copyrighted on YouTube, but the game itself does look very, very cool. Now I was an absolute massive fan of Terminator 2 back in the early 90s. I went to the cinema to see it 5 times. I absolutely loved it. I even bought the Terminator 2 game on C64, which was probably not the greatest, but it was good. Now there's no doubt this game looks very, very cool and seems to capture everything about the movies. It's obviously going through some of the iconic scenes from the Terminator 2 film, which obviously looks great. It looks like modern sort of retro styled game. Now will this work on Evercade? Could they make a conversion? I'm not entirely sure. Obviously it depends what engine they're using these games are on, and will they be able to convert that to Evercade sort of formats? I don't see why not. Now they made Xeno Crisis, we'll touch on that in a little minute, but this game looks superb. Obviously we don't know if it's any good or not, I'm just really going by the trailer and the screenshots that they've provided so far, and it will be coming to all the usual sort of modern formats like PlayStation, Switch, physical, digitally in September 2025. Now they also hint it could come to retro formats. Doesn't necessarily mean it's coming to Evercade, but I've got a sneaky suspicion it could well be the next single cart on Evercade. Okay, so let's look at some of the details of the game. Terminator 2D No Fate. As I said, it's going to sort of cover some aspects of Terminator 2. The most iconic scenes throughout the actual sort of movie will be captured. Now, Bitmap Bureau have made other games like Fighting Vendetta and Xeno Crisis. Xeno Crisis made it to lots of different formats as well, and it was converted to sort of other formats like Neo Geo, Dreamcast. So I would expect Terminator 2D to probably suffer the same fate. Yep, sorry, pun intended. Obviously we got Xeno Crisis on Evercade, and arguably that was the best version for me. I thought the controls were perfect for the Evercade devices. They absolutely nailed it. But anyway, looking at the screenshots for Terminator 2D No Fate, it really does look very, very cool. I think they've got a really promising game on their hands that I think would be nice as a single cart. I really don't see this coming as anything other than a single cart on Evercade. There's no way that it would be like a dual cart. I highly doubt it. But yeah, as I said, they have made lots of other games. Xeno Crisis was fantastic. It was released in Mega Drive and it was put on Xbox, PlayStation, Switch. It made it to everything, and it was also on the dual cart along with Tanglewood. It was actually Evercade's first ever dual collection on Evercade, which was fantastic. I think both games were excellent. Xeno Crisis, great game, but pretty hard. And as I said, they've released that in lots of different formats, as you can see. So that's perhaps what they are hinting at in their press release, which we'll go into in a minute. Might not necessarily make it to Evercade, but I've got a sneaky suspicion that we could see this as a single cart at some point. Maybe not necessarily in September, but maybe after, maybe towards November, December time later this year, if at all possible. They've got this press release that just gives some information that when it's coming out and what formats that the game is actually coming to. Basically it's coming to every format you can think of, physical and digital, and there's lots of information about how they've sort of made the game here. And it actually looks fascinating. No idea why they chose this particular movie to make a game on, but I guess they wanted to make something. They were obviously passionate about this project, and they've got some of the key features that they've used within the game. But obviously, as we hinted, they are making this for retro platforms, which will be announced at a later date. Now that could be Evercade. Fingers crossed it is. I think this would be fantastic as a sort of single collection on Evercade. Obviously it might come down to cost, but will we get good value from that? I would expect it might even be maybe a £20 game. Maybe it'll have to be a gigacart and it'll be 25 quid. Would that be good value compared to the other formats out there? Not entirely sure. Will it even make it to Evercade? Obviously I'm totally guessing at this point. We might never see this at all, but who knows? It certainly would be very, very cool. And I think obviously on Evercade we don't really have a lot of movie licenses, if any. Usually they're really hard to obtain, so the fact that Bitmap Bureau have got this official license and they have worked with Blaze before, the possibility of getting this game on Evercade is pretty decent, I guess. It just depends if they can make a deal, or maybe they already have made a deal and it will be announced at some point throughout this year. Obviously, I'm guessing. I have absolutely no idea. I'm just sort of putting two and two together and come up with 5. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts. Do you think we'll see this on Evercade as a single cart? Let me know your thoughts, and again, thank you very much for watching. Catch you again in the next one. Bye for now.